Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how to install Kali Linux easily because it is very confusing to install. So I'll walk you through it right now. But first thing you need to do is if you're going to use a 64-bit version, you got to go into your BIOS. And to go into the BIOS, you have to restart, and then while it's loading, booting into your operating system, you press it's either F10 or delete key on your keyboard and mash it until you go into a BIOS. Now I can't show you right now because I don't have a second computer. But I'll link a video in the description showing you how to do that. But if you're just using 32-bit, don't worry. If you're using 32-bit or 64-bit, you got to basically, you gotta like download a 64-bit disk, and it's the same with 32-bit. So if you're doing that, that's what you have to do. So let me get into the install right now. So the thing you need, so go to kali.org/get Kali. I'll link this in the description, and you're gonna want to download the installer. So here. And these file sizes are quite big, so if you have a slow internet, it might take a while. So while that's downloading, now you gotta go to, uh, we'll do Ubuntu, just because, I don't know, you don't need to do this, this is optional. So let me just download this. Okay, so that's downloading. And what you want to do now is we're going to download our hypervisor. So I'm going to use VirtualBox. There are different ones, but this is just covering VirtualBox because it's the easiest one to use. So you see VirtualBox platform packages. So you have Windows, which is Windows. You have Mac OS and Linux. So we'll do Windows host because I'm on Windows. If you're on Mac, I think it's the same technically. So I'll download that. And let me just install it right now. So click on it. Yes. Next. Next. Yes. 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 Install. Okay, and then start VirtualBox or finish. And now let me just get rid of these. Okay, and now we gotta download the extension pack because it basically allows you to plug in USB devices and stuff. So you're gonna want to need this. And when it downloads, just click on it and reinstall because I already have it installed, but it should say installed for you. I agree. Okay, I think that's it. So I'll relaunch it again. So now what you're gonna want to do is click in it, click new, name it whatever you want. So I'll just name it um so you're gonna want to go Linux, and you're gonna want to go Ubuntu 64-bit because it's based on Debian, so it will work anyway. Same with Kali. And obviously I don't have a so just leave the ISO image not selected because you're gonna do that anyway. So next. So this is my RAM. This you gotta be very careful with. So I have 16 gigs of RAM, so I'll give it 2 gigs. But if you have like, so let's say like 8, you might want to be careful with this. Processor cores, this is the number of CPU processors I have, so it's a multi-core CPU, which most of us have. I have 12, so I can give this a few extra. Let's say like 4. Okay, be very careful with this. So I'll never go over half, because you will run into issues, so don't do that. Let's do with 4. You don't need to have 24 CPUs. If you have 16, go for 4. If you have 8, go for like 2 or so. So next, create a virtual hard disk. So let me give it 20 gigs. Make sure you have enough space on your hard drives and stuff for this. Next, finish. Now, go to settings, system, Okay, so we'll click normal start. Okay, so now it's gonna say, so we need a ISO file. So our ISO file is the file, it's the Kali Linux file you just downloaded. So let's go to other, it should be this one. So Kali Linux installer, aim for AMD 64 ISO, mount and retry boot. So graphical install, click enter. Okay, here we go. So when you click enter, it should be greeted with a screen like this. So select your language. So mine is English. So I'm from United Kingdom. So I'll go United Kingdom. British English. Host name, just leave it wherever. So I'll just name it the same thing. Continue. Yeah, just leave that blank. Full name for the user. So continue. Password. Just name a simple password. If you want a stronger password, you can, but I'm just gonna do, for this exercise, just do it 12. Yep, 12. Now, you agree with this. So use entire disk. This may seem like it's gonna break something, but it's just that 20 gig or so partition we gave it. It will just use that disk. It won't destroy your host operating system's disk. So just don't worry about that. Just leave it default. So guided use entire disk. Yes. All files are one. Yeah, just leave it default. Yep. Yes. So what you want to do is just wait because this will take quite a while. Okay, leave this default. When in doubt, default, choose default. Now I'm gonna fast forward this so you don't have to see me wait redundant. And just click yes to this. So do you want to use the grub bootloader to your primary device? Click yes. So continue. Click your hard drive. So it's here, VirtualBox hard disk. Installation is complete, and then click continue to reboot. And Kali Linux, GNU Linux. And here we go, reload again. So let me just type in my account. So, and this is a virtual machine. So we've done the install. It's really simple when you know how to do it. So if you go over here to applications, you can see we have all the exploits and hacking attacks that you can use. So we have information gathering, forensics. It includes all the stuff you need basically. And if you don't know what CPU you have, I should have said this at the start, but if you don't know how to do it, right click where on your taskbar, so right here, click Task Manager, and then CPU should sort of show up here. So I have AMD based CPU, and if you have an Intel CPU, it should say Intel Core i3, i5, or i7, or i9. And one more thing, if you're going into the BIOS, you need to click on CPU when you go into the BIOS, and it should say Intel VMX, so virtualization basically. And for AMD, I think it's called AMD virtualization. So all you gotta do is enable that, and then go where it says exit and click save changes. That is literally how you do it. And that is the end of the video. So I hope this installer help clear up some issues and people who are having issues to install it. That's literally the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.